Tag TV and Tag Radio be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. Maybe it's already here. The virtual mouse that will be able to click the real world. That's right. Since the beginning of this millennium, a standard mobile device has gone from being no more than a single two-way pager to being a cellular phone, a GPS navigation system, an embedded web browser, an instant messenger, and a handheld video gaming system. Does the future rest in mobile wireless computing? Greetings, everyone. It's Thursday, June 2nd, 2011, and this is a special TAG Premier Member Showcase edition of Tech Talk with the Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. I'm your guest host, Frank Baia. What is the future for smartphones? Will it be context-aware, leveraging embedded physical sensors and data exchange capabilities? What about keeping track of your personal data? Will they adapt to anticipate the information you will need based on your intentions? Up to the TAG Premier Showcase, Ramesh Maturu, co-founder, president, Enterprise Solutions, Pyramid Consulting. While responsible for developing and strengthening Pyramid's project solutions and global software development capabilities, his responsibilities also include managing Pyramid's Mobile Center of Excellence. It's for the development and Q&A testing, mobile applications, test automation, and real-world environment device evaluation. Ramesh began his IT career in the document processing industry in '86. Over the years, he has consulted with countless technology systems integrators and product companies, developing invaluable global business perspectives as he has traveled across North America, Europe, South Africa, and South Asia. Smartphones, from 4G networking to operating systems to channel hogging and file sharing, Pyramid's Mobile Center of Excellence, it's all about providing the ultimate solution for the development, testing, and real-world implementation before the risk-taking potential disaster of enterprise or market introduction failure. It's a tech talk you're going to want to hear as we speak with TAG Premier Member and Pyramid co-founder and President, Enterprise Solutions, Ramesh Maturu. Ramesh, welcome to Tech Talk.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
Well, I got to tell you that I'm really excited. One of the things that we get an opportunity to view is some of the things that are going on with our guest. And needless to say, one of the big and exciting things that I'm hearing a lot about is what you guys are up to in the area of mobile smartphones and handheld devices. And I know a lot of our members are either faced with some of those challenges or issues or will be faced with those challenges or issues. So let's give us a kind of an insider look at what is Pyramid Consulting doing in that space.
Yeah, Frank, I mean, as you said, the whole experience on mobile has taken such a big leap that it's covering a large market space, both from consumers as well as the enterprise. So every enterprise that you talk to is trying to figure out what our mobile strategy is, how do we reach the consumers, and how do we reach out to the users. So mobile is a space that everybody's trying to reach into. And there are a lot of players in this market. It's not that it's a new play. There are a lot of people in the market. So at Pyramid, we said, how do we differentiate ourselves from all these other players that are in the market space? And one of the areas that we found there is a gap in the market was in the actual testing of mobile applications. And so Pyramid has created a mobile center of excellence for development as well as for QA testing. So the QA testing is the interesting component, and this is how we are differentiating Pyramid from other companies. We already have a QA testing center of excellence, and we've leveraged it to develop a very unique solution accelerator that helps our clients reduce time to market and improve the quality of their mobile applications.
I got to tell you that I think that's probably one of the most valuable, useful ideas in terms of this whole evolution. It's happening so quickly, and people are jumping into it so fast. I would even think that the cultural acceptance of some of these things have got to come into play. Not only when you get involved in the testing, are you talking technology alone, or is the Q&A testing, as far as how do they leverage that Q&A testing as far as at the Center of Excellence? What exactly can they get from it?
So, there are multiple testing that you have to perform with mobile. So one is what we call the functional or the usability testing of the applications, and the other side of it is the performance testing. So with so many devices in the market and everybody trying to access information, so there's certainly a stress on the technology from a performance side.
Mm-hmm.
So the Center of Excellence that we have today is currently focused on the functional side of the testing, and then we will expand that to the performance side of the testing too. So the Center of Excellence that we have created, it was to address this whole new challenge of the industry due to the introduction of hundreds of new devices per year, and the inability of users to scale up and keep up with this demand. There are tools in the market that are available that for testing and test automation, but they're significantly limited and primitive. So the majority of the organizations that we have talked to are performing mobile application testing, either doing it manually, putting hundreds of testers to test those devices manually, or using simulation and emulation. And we believe that is a limitation of the testing because you're not testing on the device, and it's time-consuming when you do manual testing.
Well, obviously the focus then right now is mobile application for test automation, and you kind of covered it a little bit, but maybe go into a little bit of why that's so important and why is it different, especially why is it different with your Center of Excellence?
Yeah. So the test automation, it has been in the industry for some time, and people have leveraged that for the web side of the applications. It allows organizations to enhance their software and deploy to production much faster and with higher quality. So automation has been in the industry, and everybody agrees that that's the right way to go. But one of the reasons you need it is as applications are enhanced over time, it is important not only to test the new features that are being added to the application, but to ensure that the baseline functionality that has been built over a period of time is still performing as expected. Our clients cannot take the risk of releasing software into production without testing the apps thoroughly and utilizing an environment that is as close to the real world as possible. So that is why automation is important. And there's an added challenge with mobile. As I mentioned earlier, is the combination of environments that an application has to be tested is much broader than the traditional web applications. You're now dealing with multiple device manufacturers, with multiple devices and platforms, multiple versions of the platforms. Like, with an Android, there's multiple releases of Android, and then different carriers. So each carrier has their own devices and devices. So all of this exponentially increases the complexities and challenges to adequately test, making automation nearly the only way you can obtain the needed test coverage to meet the release dates for the applications. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to test all these things in sufficient time to meet your release deadlines.
Go into a little bit about how a client engages you and maybe some of the framework. I mean, obviously you're going to be using the commonly used testing tools in the market. I'm going to guess develop some kind of large resource base, test the device. But how do you go? Give us a little bit of an insight into how that.
From a technology perspective, what we said, we looked at the current landscape in the market to figure out, where we can play. So, HP's Quick Test Pro has probably about 80% of the market from the enterprise side. So most of the large enterprises already have Quick Test Pro, and they're using it for their web automation. So we said, that's a great place to start. Let's look at the 80% of the market versus the 20% of the market thing. So what we did was we actually built accelerators, a tool that actually plugs into the HP's Quick Test Pro and expands the Quick Test Pro from just web automation to the mobile automation space. So the key to this tool is that it allows the application to be actually tested on the physical mobile device, using its processor, its memory, and the network that the device is on, instead of just simulation or its automated testing on the device. So this unique solution ensures that the highest level of integrity of testing, enabling us to test like a real-world user. So that's what it provides them. So that is what the tool and the combination of a framework. The framework was part of our standard center of excellence for test automation, which we have created to test to create processes that are optimized for reusability, scalability, data independence, and maintenance of applications as we build them. So.
Well, you were mentioning earlier, we run into it a lot here on Tech Talk. We'll end up talking to verticals, and I often say the same thing, only different. They all seem to be struggling with the same challenges, coming at from their core competency, but still drifting into something where they're really kind of newbies at the whole thing and trying to figure out how to keep up with it all. Yeah. And I guess one of the things that's got to play extremely well is that Pyramid has got a long tradition of being a successful consultant, dealing with a lot of evolution of new adoptions of technologies. It seems like it'd be a natural to be getting involved in this type of mobile situation. You're not coming to it as a startup or as a new creative idea. You're coming at it as a management process in an environment that's used to this kind of testing.
That's correct, yeah. And most of our client base is the enterprise client side of it. So we're not really working with the applications that you usually see on the App Store, which are like the 99-cent or $1 kind of applications. We are talking more about the big enterprises that are actually starting to come up with consumer applications that they're releasing for the clients. So for example, Delta has something that you can download to your iPhone or any of the devices for managing your reservations and stuff like that. And a lot of customers, Home Depot and all these people have applications.
Wow.
So our focus has been the enterprise client. So we are certainly, and that's where they are very interested in making sure that their consumers are not facing any trouble when they get into the
Of course.
application.
I mean, that can work against them rather than for them and create all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So it is as much B2C as it is B2B, because when you were talking about enterprise, I'm thinking, efficiency of communication and having applications of the device available for internal management of a couple of thousand employees across a global environment. But you're also talking about a Home Depot dealing with an app that has to do directly with their consumer. And, of course, you mentioned it earlier, but this whole concept of a test in a closed real-world environment, I can only begin to imagine how important that's got to be in order to make sure that you're dealing with something prior to introduction to make sure that it's working okay.
That's right. And if you look at it, that's the holy grail for testing. So
to
be able to perform the testing in the real world. So, people are doing everything possible to be actually testing on the devices or on the servers that, are going to be used for production. So what this ensures, that you're testing the application the way your users will eventually use it, and not simulating some situations and stuff like that. So you're actually,
it's one of the few places where mistakes become proprietary knowledge.
That's right. Yes, that's a great way of putting that together.
And so this is up and running. This is something that you're already offering, obviously, to the Pyramid's clients currently. But obviously, you're looking to expand and get more players, more participants. Maybe give us a little indication of how we can learn more about the mobile offerings.
Oh yeah, and as you said, there's everybody is trying to get into this space, and as I said, everybody that you talk to, they have a mobile strategy. So we'll be more, we are very fortunate that we have this tool and this process and methodology in place that can help our clients to be successful in this mobile space. So the best way to do is to contact me by email at ramesh@pyramidci.com or by phone at 678-514-3503. Or you can certainly go to our website, and there's information on our website for our mobile test automation services, and the website is www.pyramidci.com.
Pyramidci.com. Obviously, you guys have been so active and so much a community participant for so long. I think we'd be remiss in not bringing up the fact that you were one of the first, if not some of the earliest, premier members of the Technology Association of Georgia. Plus, I can't imagine something you guys don't underwrite. I know you're behind the Georgia Technology Summit and the Excalibur Awards and so many other things that you participate in. Tell us a little bit about how the organization kind of leveraged its support for the community along with benefiting from it. Obviously, I know it's altruistic, but surely there's some, give us some, if you were talking to someone who's not doing this, what would be the return on investment in terms of getting involved in it?
Well, there are two reasons we do this. I mean, certainly, as you said, there's an altruistic reason for making the connections that we need to be successful in this business. So, Tag certainly has been an area that we've been participating for a long time. And as you said, we were one of the early adopters of the premium sponsorship, and we've been sponsoring Tag for that. And it's not just from business side of it, but also a way to give back to the community.
Sure.
From the business side, I mean, it's been a great place because we make connections, and it's a great networking place where we are able to meet a lot of our prospects and our clients. Where instead of having to get an appointment, we are able to meet with them. I think Tag does a wonderful job in providing the atmosphere for stress-free networking. So,
it's a real community, and I think stress-free is a really good way to put it because you're there with your peers, and there isn't that
that's right,
high pressure of closing the deal per se.
That's
well,
right.
We've been talking about Pyramid's Mobile Center of Excellence, and we've been Ramesh. I got to tell you, I know that you're pretty much running the place, right? Aren't you? You are the president of that particular division.
I'm president and the co-founder of the Enterprise Solutions Group. So we've been
and of course a co-founder at the same time.
Right,
so you've been involved in the organization for a while.
Yeah,
the reason I bring that up is just to say that what a great community leader, what a really genuine gentleman and a business person. If I had to deal in areas of trust when I'm starting to look at new technologies and getting involved in things I'm a little bit concerned about, it's good to know that we've got a trusted friend and an ally and such a talented individual and organization that's there and ready to take care of helping us find some of the solutions, if not all the solutions. So I want to thank you very, very much for taking time out of your busy schedules for joining us today on Tech Talk.
Thanks, Frank. I really appreciate this opportunity to share some of the changes that are happening in the mobile space and the tools and technologies that are available in the market to support this change. So I really appreciate the time and the opportunity that Tag has provided for talking to what's on my mind and what's important to the industry at this time. Thank you.